All right. We're cooking now. We're good.
Cooking
So
with gas now.
cooking with gas now. We have three people. Besides the two of us, we have a third person, Keon, in the room. So not sure if that's somebody watching or just a rando in the room, but thank you very much there. Today we're doing a 10-team, as you can see there, head-to-head most categories mock. Haha, remember to shut the sound off so you can't get it from me that time.
Getting better. Getting better now.
I am getting
now
better.
It's like second nature.
I know, because I hate that. Like, the ESPN one's annoying. The Yahoo one is not as annoying. Still a couple of weeks away from using Yahoo as our preferred draft platform here as we get ready to go and ready to rock here. The clock counts in. I'll be picking 10th on the turn, Chris 5th, and Keon is picking 8th there. Would have joined but didn't have ESPN account. Listen, we don't prefer to use ESPN. It's just
we don't even blame you. We don't even blame you. We're just here because that's what they offer us.
Yeah, this is what's available right now. Don't worry. We'll get Yahoo in there soon enough, as soon as they allowed it, as soon as they get their box up. And Chris is on the clock here, pick 5. And, again, these ESPN mocks can sometimes be wild. McKinnon, Matthews, Hellebuck, Pasternak, and McDavid still on the you just milk it down at this point, I would assume.
I have no choice. You know where I want it to go, but there's no way I'm letting I can't do that. Can't do it to myself.
Cannot do that.
Can't do it to myself.
All right, so there we go. So now Keon's on the clock. So after McDavid, Matthew Tkachuk, Philip Forsberg, maybe a little high for him there. And there goes Cale Makar. So that's what Chris would have done in that 8 spot. Now I'm on the clock. And I'm on the turn here.
Keon's paying attention, though. Unfortunately.
I'm going to, on the turn here, I got to do Leon Draisaitl at 10. And there's a lot of ways. I've been doing a lot of Draisaitl, Kaprizov. But the fact that Brady Tkachuk is still there, the fact that Kucherov is still there, Brady Tkachuk, I still got to take Brady Tkachuk. Straw that stirs a drink. There we go. That's the end of round 1. As I open up round 2 with Brady Tkachuk. There goes Vasilevsky. Goalies are moving here, so we may have to go a little earlier on goalies that we like. There goes Kucherov to Keon. No-brainer there. William Nylander at round 2, pick 4. Then Artemi Panarin, round 2, pick 5. So Chris back on the clock here. His second round pick. Plenty of quality on the board. I think I know who he's going to take, and it's going to be potentially a guy I just mentioned. And there he is, Kirill Kaprizov. I love Macklin Celebrini. I think round 2, pick 7 is a little too early to get a guy like Celebrini there. And maybe he goes in drafts just because people are going to be hyped for round year 2. I don't know if I'm wasting second round capital on him.
I don't know if Keon's here, but Kirill, he gets Cale Makar and Nikita Kucherov.
There you go. So after Celebrini, Mikko Rantanen goes round 2, pick 8. Philip Gustafson, goalies are going. Igor Shesterkin rounds out round 2. Kyle Connor opens round 3. Jack Hughes and Alex Ovechkin. And then we got Cole Caulfield, team 4. Jack Eichel at 5 to Chris. There goes Bobrovsky and Dustin Wolf, who I've seen just in the past week. His ADP is going way up. And listen, he played well. Calgary's an okay team. I don't know if I'm ready to put him amongst like the, I don't know, who's the Shesterkins of the world just yet. Let's see.
His stock has been rising. The problem is like, what are you getting out of Calgary? Like, what are you getting?
Let's see, I'm on the clock here. All right, you know what? I got to put my money where my mouth is. I'm going to take Darcy Kemper. If I have him second as the goal, I got to grab him there. Time for me to get a defenseman on the turn here. Quinn Hughes, I mean, listen, he's still to me one of the second best defensemen on the board. So got to get my first defenseman there. So with round 4, pick 1, I get Quinn Hughes. There goes Steven Stamkos, round 4, pick 2. And then Braden Point to Keon, pick 3. Jake Gensel. So you got back-to-back Lightning there, round 4, pick 4. We got coming up here, Mackenzie Weegar, a little maybe early for him at pick 35. As Chris is back on the clock here, taking a look at Chris's roster. He takes Rasmus Dahlin. No surprise he grabs his first defenseman off the board. Maybe a little late for Chris, but when McDavid, it falls in your lap. Kaprizov's there, and Jack Eichel, to me, anywhere in the first 3 rounds is a good spot to get him.
Can't believe this worked out. I guess it's because it's a 10-team league. It kind of worked out a little bit, and I'm happy. I know I'm not going to get them all, but
it's not Pokemon.
Yeah, I was hoping to catch them all, but I'm going to take which one do I want here? I guess, listen, because I got McDavid here, And because I know how terrible Edmonton is defensively, I'll take Evan Bouchard.
So you're gonna go with the little McDavid Bouchard stack there. Round 5, pick 5. John Tavares off the board. Tage Thompson, good pick. There goes Zach Werenski. So I was hoping either Werenski or Bouchard would make it to me. Not the case. There goes Marty Natchez. That's another strong pick there.
That was my other choice. That was my debate, was whether I take Zach Werenski there or not. I knew he wasn't coming around the other way, but
you know, I could go one of two ways here, and I'm going to go the reliable way, Victor Hedman. I mean, I'm not going to say the other defenseman yet, but and you probably know who it is. But I mean, maybe I go another defenseman here because I'm not in love with a lot of the forwards that are available at this point. And yeah, I could take Scheifele. You know, in an ESPN format where you're dressing 5 defensemen, screw it. I'm going to go what I want to do here. Both defensemen I was considering, Victor Hedman, Adam Fox off the board. So I got a nice trio there. Now I can maybe go back and get another goalie, get another forward. There goes Matt Boldy to Keon. That's a good pick there. Nazem Kadri a little early by the computer. Clayton Keller in the 6th round. I don't know how many times he's going to be around in the 6th round. So that's a guy that's probably going early.
That's the guy I wanted.
Again, this is a forward defenseman format. So like it's the strategy doesn't come as to play as much as it would in a center, left wing, right wing kind of deal.
I guess I'll take a goalie.
So there he gets Anthony Stolarz, round 6, pick 6. Wyatt Johnston, Alex DeBrincat, Dylan Gunther, and Matt Coronado, another guy whose stock is on the rise. He rounds out round 6. Adam Fantilli opens up round 7. Jesper Bratt, Mark Scheifele, Vinny Trocheck, potential captain candidate there for the Rangers at pick 64 with Chris on the clock at pick 65.
I don't know how he's still hanging out here. I don't know why he's all the way here. I'll take him then. I'll take Alexander Barkov.
Sasha Barkov, that's a solid pick there. Horvat and Hagel goes. Now Keon back on the clock. I know who I want if it gets back to me here. We'll see if Keon or Team 9 takes him.
Keon's got the team I want. Homie, are you watching?
He just sniped me on Bedard. There he is sitting there. Keon, are you watching?
Keon's team looks he's been paying attention. Please.
Watching.
If you are here, please submit.
Yeah, let us drop a line on Twitter, something in the chat. I'm going to wait on the.
He's got a lot of the big upside guys there that I wanted. First of all, his blue line of Cale Makar, Zach Werenski, absolute dominance.
So I take Hischier to round out round 7 because he's just as consistent as they come. Let's see here. Do I go forward again? Am I looking goaltender? You know, I'm going to grab a goaltender here because I don't want to wait any longer. We're going to take Mackenzie Blackwood.
Solid.
I think getting those San Jose Sharks numbers out of his stats and replacing them with Avalanche starts should only help.
Josh Morrissey, good.
So there goes Dylan. So after my pick opening up round 8 with Mackenzie Blackwood, Moritz Seider goes second, then Josh Morrissey, the Keon. Dylan Holloway had a nice season last year, and Pavel Dorofeyev with the Vegas Golden Knights, power play specialist there, going with the 75th pick. Chris on the clock with pick 76 here. Take a look. Chris's team.
Big fan of Nick Suzuki. He is this. Listen, I don't know if 90's out of his reach, but I mean, I think with the Habs roster this year, he can at least try to flirt with the idea.
I think Suzuki on that top line in Montreal. Plus, he's your guy. I don't always advocate for taking like guys you root for, but that's a situation where just the round and everything just made too much sense. You had to do it. And
listen, I'm a big fan Joel Eriksson Ek. Someone's got to center that top line, and they have no second centerman. Let's disrespect a little bit to Marco Rossi, but still, whether he stays there or not, we don't know yet.
So there, you got Eriksson Ek round 9, pick 5, a little bit early for Joey Daccord, even though he's going to get a lot of the workload there in Seattle. But I just, it's Seattle. Fiala going round 9, pick 7. Travis Konechny round 9, pick. Keon he's good. John Carlson pick 9. Because I went defense heavy early and got my goaltending situated early, I'm going to have to grab another forward here. Roope Hintz, I think, sleeping there a little bit. ranked 100th overall ESPN. He's going to be centering Mikko Rantanen. Somebody's got to feed him the puck.
That's fair.
And I'm back on the clock again here. You know, you got to scroll down a little bit here, see if there's anybody that's not really ranked that well. You know what? I'm going to jump on him. It's a little early. Give me Nikolai Ehlers. Round 10, pick 1. Should get more opportunities in Carolina as they're going to lean on him more. They'll probably play him more than Winnipeg did. So I'll gladly grab him at pick 98 there. Oh, 91, excuse me. Lucas Raymond goes after him. I'm not a big Lucas Raymond guy. Maybe I should be on the wagon. Maybe somebody can convince me that I should be more of him, but he's a guy that I'm not really taking when he's available. There goes Jake Sanderson, the Keon, Logan Thompson, and then Logan Cooley. A couple of Logans back to back. I would imagine Chris was maybe considering one of those Logans.
I guess I will get none, but I will take a really nice consolation prize here. I think too many people sleeping on him, man. Too many people. Thomas Harley is it. He's the guy. I know a lot of people are going to look at Miro Heiskanen. Thomas Harley's the guy you want to have in the pocket.
He's the guy that runs the power play. I mean, like, I know Heiskanen's the best. Heiskanen is the best defenseman in Dallas overall, but Harley's the guy for fantasy purposes.
I can't let him go around again. He's been sitting here waiting. I mean, are we just going to disrespect 60-plus points like that? Like, it doesn't even matter? And with a true power play now that's cooking, give me Lane Hudson here.
I like that pick. Round 11, pick 5. There goes JJ Peterka. That's a guy I was hoping maybe made it a couple more picks back to me. Jackson Lacombe, I understand why his stock should be going up this year. I think it's going up way too much, but I could be wrong. I was a guy that got him on waivers last year, was happy to have him for pretty much the last half of the season. I think his stock's going up a little too much. There goes Brandon Montour. I think I'm going to go back to the defensive well here. You know what? First pick, I want to get, let's get Tomas Hertl here. I want to share that Vegas top 6. Marner did go, right? I didn't miss that.
He did, yeah.
Okay.
Because thinking about it. Yeah, he did. He's part of Keon's team.
Of course it is. Why I should have just known. All right, so let me ask you something about Noah Dobson. Like, is he like? Listen, I know it's about Lane Hudson, but there's got to be some value there with Dobson too, right?
Dobson's going to play a healthy amount of minutes. Listen, I know a lot of people are sitting here talking about Noah Dobson and stuff like that, and the power play. Does anybody forget that the New York Islanders had no power play and he still racked up points? So this notion that like, oh, he's not going to get those top power play. Who cares? He did all that damage, even if he had a down year. The year before that, by the way, again, the Islanders haven't had a decent power play in a minute. So where's the problem? What's happening? Speaking of goalies, I need one. Big shout out to ESPN for just not caring. Because Jack Greaves is so far down, I had to search the name, so I'm big on that.
Now there's a goalie that just went, UC Saros, round 12, pick 3. Saw a question in the chat earlier. Does Saros bounce back this year? Used to be elite, now he's crumbling.
I don't know, man.
Well, I think that's kind of like a chicken egg scenario. Was Saros' problems last year because the Predators in front of him just could not play a couple of good hockey games back consecutively, or is he starting to crumble? I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and just saying, listen, everything went wrong with the Predators last year. It's a mulligan for Saros, and then maybe this year be better for him. So Keon back on the clock here. Chris, with his last pick, grabs Matthew Nyes, round 13, pick 5. Don't think he's going to be there in the 13th round of many drafts, so it's a shrewd pick by you. Keon grabs Jacob Markstrom, round 13.
Because I hovered my finger over him, so that makes sense.
I do like your nice pick, though.
Listen, there's a spot for him on that top unit. He seems to be strapped to Austin Matthews' wing, so why not?
Now, I take Andre Kopitar, Mr. Consistency. You know he's going to play key minutes for the Kings on a good team. I'm torn about going forward or defense here. I have Draisaitl. You know what? I think maybe karma rewards Brock Besser for taking the deal in Vancouver, staying home, staying where he wants to like. If he could stay healthy, I like in a league where goal scoring is going to matter, in a league where goals matter, I'll take a Besser there. Around 14.
He was good to the Canucks. The only person who lost out there was Besser because he didn't get an extra gear and he didn't get traded and nothing.
Keon taking Robert Thomas. Is Anthony really just in the draft as Keon and like all the guys that we know he knows we like? Because Thomas is a guy I would have liked to grab on the way back.
I guess we're gonna do this again this year. We'll see how this works out, but we'll go down the Lafreniere path again.
I guess he's a guy that because with my love of the Rangers, I guess I should be on him a little bit more in terms of giving him a chance. It's just tough after watching last game. There goes Freddie Anderson, round 15, pick 3. Miro Heiskanen. That's a little late for Heiskanen, I think. Like I know Harley's the guy. Heiskanen's still a pretty good defenseman there. So that's some good value. Round 15, pick 4, pick 144. And now Chris on the clock, pick 145. See what he's going to do here.
I'm going to wait. I'm going to go a different route here. Again, if everything works out well, just stay out of trouble, please, Valerie.
He's your like mid to late round, like take a stab on him guy. And it makes sense.
The upside for 65 plus points is there. He's got a full-time home on the power play now with Mikko Rantanen out of town. Even when Marty Nature's there, it doesn't matter. Like he's, there's stuff that needs to happen.
Here I go with a decision here. All right, so I'm going to grab my fifth defenseman here. And I know, listen, I could take Morgan Riley. That's fine. I love just having Devin Taves as it's like a way of kind of having Makar, but not really having Makar. You get to have a lot of the, coattail benefits of being on a pairing with him. So I'll take him as my fifth defenseman there, around 15, pick 10. Back on the clock here. I'm looking. People think Marco Rossi's going to break out this year. He's got no choice but to be the second line center in Minnesota. Why not? I'll take him at the open up the 16th round. How do we feel about Marco Kasper? He's a guy that I'm not sure if I want to take a chance on him, but there are plenty that are.
I truly cannot trust the Yzer plan. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know what we're doing. I need a defenseman. I waited one round and it didn't really solve my problem. But I'm assuming he's on the top unit as of like this moment. So I'm going to take Shea Theodore here.
Yeah, Theodore Hannafin.
I was hoping somebody would take Hannafin. I'm not going down this Morgan Riley path. Not again. We're not doing this twice.
And there goes. All right, so Thatcher Demko, Stuart Skinner going back to back, round 16, picks 9 and 10. It just goes to show where their draft stock is.
Yeah, I need to take goalie as well. I do not care about the handcuff. It's just something that doesn't really worry me per se. So I'm going to make somebody else's handcuff a lot worse here. I'm going to take Charlie Lindgren.
So there you go. So if you have Logan Thompson, you ain't getting the handcuff there. Sam Bennett going in the 17th round, Conn Smythe winner. Obviously, Conn Smythe doesn't always equate the fantasy value, but is that a little late for him? Or is do you think people are going to overdraft him because of what he did in the playoffs? And he's really, he's a very good player and is somebody that should be on a fantasy roster, but maybe 17th round is a good spot for him. Maybe a little higher than that.
I mean, he's gonna. The problem is he's what is he in reality? He's a very good real life player. I just don't think the fantasy upside is just there, unless you're talking about face-offs and penalty minutes and all that other stuff that come with it.
All right, I'm gonna take my goal. I'm gonna time out. Damn it, I got Barrett Hayton. Okay,
nice.
I timed out on both of mine. I don't like that. Shouldn't make both picks. That room, there was no way I was taking either of those guys there.
You weren't taking Trevor Zegras?
No.
Oh, okay. I guess it's time, right? It's a 10-team leaguer. We're at pick 18 of 22. I think I drafted him earlier last mock that we did. He's gonna win. I was looking at rookie of the year odds. It's not worth a ton of money there. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, that means they expect a lot out of him.
They do. And so do I. So
I'm annoyed about that back-to-back. They shouldn't have put me on auto pick for the second one. They should have given me a chance to make the pick. There goes Will Smith, a guy who I was probably going to draft, and I probably should have drafted.
He wasn't going to make it to you, so that's where I was going with it.
I should have taken him with one of those auto picks, is what I'm saying. I was thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that didn't work out for you, did it? Man, I don't like where this is going. I lost his name now in my
Braden Shen.
Nope. Well,
still.
I got bit by the auto. Well, we'll go
We
with
both
it.
got bit by the auto. There goes Eklund, the guy I was considering. All right. So I was looking at a goaltender there. Let's see here. So I'm on the clock again. You know, we didn't talk about this guy because he played a lot of games last year for Utah. And if they're going to take a rise in the standings, Vamelka is probably going to be counted on here. So as a third goalie, I know this, we spent 45, 50 minutes on goalie handcuffs. In this format we're doing right now, the handcuff is not as important because, it's a 10-team league. So for my third goalie, I'll definitely do that. And then forwards here, I have to make up for the fact that I got auto picked on 2 of them. Listen, Ryan Nugent Hopkins still being out there at this point. Why not? Right? This late in the draft.
That's a fair pick. He's gonna get the upside. If that's what you're looking for.
He's gonna get the opportunity. He's gonna be on the special teams, all that good stuff. There goes Michelli. So Chris, doesn't love the Leafs, but buying into maybe getting some coattail riding points there on that top line as things move along here. As we're wrapping things up the last couple of rounds here. Keandre Miller, round 20, pick 8. Anthony Cirelli all the way in the 20th round. He's probably going earlier. Kent Johnson, that's a good sleeper pick there by Team 1. Guy that had center, left wing, and right wing eligibility last year.
Can you scroll up on your screen a bit on your players that you've taken?
Yeah.
All the way up? No, okay. Because my auto pick was automatically turned on. That's why. So I was just making sure it didn't happen to you. I'm taking Quinn Byfield here. I mean, apparently he died. So
yeah, it's a guy maybe I would have taken it if I didn't get auto picked that one. But so Keon back on the clock here. We're gonna take it once we wrap up with this draft. We're gonna take a look at our respective teams and Keon's team. He takes Jenner there. There goes Ryan Donato. I'm back on the clock here. Let's see here. So I got to grab a bench defenseman. This is where you could take chances, take stabs. I'm looking at a Luke Hughes. Could do that. At some point, you could grab back home and be a part of it. But at some point, the Kings are going to let Brent Clark run. And I think maybe that's this year. So I'll take him as a bench defenseman. And then for my last forward, I'm looking at Logan Stankoven. I'm looking at, that's the guy. Screw it. That's my last pick there. I don't love that I have 2 of the Hurricanes and a weak offense, but my hand was kind of forced there with, again, the auto pick screwing me with 2 guys that I would never have taken in a million years.
No disrespect to Trevor Zegras. It's just Adam doesn't believe in you.
I mean, listen, maybe that would work out in my favor in real life. Maybe the change of scenery is exactly what he needs, and he's in a better place now in Philly. But I don't know. Speaking of his former team, there goes Leo Carlson, Jared Spurgeon, Matthias Ekholm, Thomas Shabbat, and Yuri Slafkovsky to wrap it up there. So let's take a look here at our teams quick before Yahoo kicks us out. Let's talk about Keon's team: Kucherov, Marner, Point, Boldy, Bedard, Konechny, Meyer. It's a bounce back candidate. Dylan Strome, Robert Thomas, Cale Makar, Zach Werenski, Josh Morrissey, Josh Sanderson, Drew Doughty, Svechnikov, Markstrom, Olmark, Barzal, Buchnevich, Wall, Jenner, Sanheim. I like that team.
Really, really. That was a really strong start. So either you've been here before or you're paying attention because that Cale Makar and the Boldy snipe, I just want you to know I'm not going to tolerate that again. But I'm glad you're paying attention if you do. Here's what I'll say about it. 10-team league. I don't think you need 4 goalies. You're going to have the pickings. Even if, let's say, everybody carried 3 goalies, that's 30 NHL goalies, right, that are taken. And there's a ton of handcuffs. There's a ton of injuries. You'll find somebody. So because now all you're doing is you're hindering yourself because that's a roster spot that you could be holding. And again, pick a third one and then just roll with it, right? 3 goalies, if you want to run in a 10-team league, go ahead and do so. 4, you're just kind of you're stretching a little bit for no reason. But that is a really good team. That is a strong build. You got a lot of good players there. Good for you. I'm glad you got Cale Makar.
And he got Cale Makar, which Will he go top 5 this year? I don't know, but you could start thinking about him once fifth overall rolls around. You get Connor McDavid at 5th overall in this would Kirill Kaprizov, Jack Eichel, Sasha Barkov, Nick Suzuki, Joel Eriksson Ek, Matthew Nyes, Alex Lafreniere, Valerie Nichushkin, Rasmus Dahlin, Evan Bouchard, Thomas Harley, Lane Hudson, Shea Theodore. That's a group of defensemen there. Ivan Demidov, Braden Shen, Matthias Michelli, Quentin Byfield, Leo Carlson round out your forward group. And then Anthony Stolarz, Jet Greaves, and Charlie Lindgren there for your goaltenders.
The goalies, I feel again like Jet Greaves will go up. He'll shoot up the rankings. So getting him where he did, I couldn't pass on McDavid at 5 because then I'd have to get reevaluated, right? So this is a good lesson in life. Doesn't matter what your draft plan is, right? You zig when people zag. If you're letting Connor McDavid fall, I mean, I can't help you.
That's your choice.
I can't help you. I can't help you with that. If that's the choice you're making, maybe that changes when some real people start showing up, right? Because no way you're taking Connor Hellebuyck like 3rd overall. Like as a guy who loves goalies, fine. In a 10-team league, you don't have to be there. There's not like he's not significantly better than the next guy that you can get. I think there's a cluster of goalies that you can take. So just paying a premium for him at that point is not. Jack Eichel is going to play a lot. Barkov and Suzuki are kind of guys who just play a ton, right? Like they kill penalties, 5-on-5. Maybe Barkov's production, maybe like I'd like him to be a point a game player at least, kind of to get the value back there. Joel Eriksson Ek, I think this could be a big year where he explodes, right? Just because Minnesota doesn't have really a 2C. So he's just going to be out there. Again, another guy who's probably going to count on to kill penalties. Matthew Nyes is the opportunity kind of thing. Alexi Lafreniere, maybe we see more power play time from him. That'd be kind of fun. Same thing with Valerie Nichushkin, Dahlin, and Bouchard, guys who just love to rack up points, man. Bam, bam, bam. Thomas Harley is the guy you want in Dallas. He's the quarterback of the top unit. Merrill Heiskanen is probably a better all-around defenseman, but I think Thomas Harley is a fantasy defenseman. Lane Hudson, you already know. Shea Theodore, we're talking about upside, right? And then Ivan Demidov because, why not? Why not? And then Michelli is just kind of banking on stuff. Quentin Byfield, the same thing as well. You're banking on the upside there. Leo Carlson, the same thing. I'm banking on all those kids going out there playing. I'm just hoping that Joel Quenneville doesn't limit them too much. Brady Shea was the auto pick. I have no explanation for him.
It's not a bad auto pick. It's better than my auto picks. I wouldn't have been at least Braden Shen get you some stuff, and he's going to get minutes for the Blues. Let's take a look at my team before we say farewell on this edition of Total Hockey Now. Thank you for following along, commenting, and watching our goalie handcuffs, which you could catch earlier. This is our second mock draft of the summer. We'll be back in 2 weeks with mock draft number 3. Looking at my team here, looking at the draft, Leon Draisaitl sitting there at pick 10. I mean, what am I going to do? I have to do that. Brady Tkachuk, it's fine. Sometimes I'll take Kaprizov there. Maybe in a 12-teamer. Maybe I wait a couple more picks and I could get him, but I'll definitely start with the Draisaitl Tkachuk cornerstone. Moving on into round 3. Goalies were going, so I was kind of forced to grab Kuemper early. I know Chris doesn't love that pick, but hey, I'm going to double down on Darcy this year. Quinn Hughes, listen, as an anchor defenseman, you can't go wrong with that as your number 1. Moving along here as we get to the later rounds. And yes, 3 defensemen in a row, but in this format where you're playing 5 defensemen and you're probably only going to have spot on your bench for 1, you got to have a really good top 3. I do that there with Hedman and Fox. Along here, and we go through. Nico Hischier, he's a guy I'm trying to get in as many drafts as possible because he's just a model consistency for the Devils. And yes, it's Jack Hughes' team, but Hischier's the other guy there. He's the Robin in that situation. I get my other goalie, Mackenzie Blackwood, there. Yes, we talked about him being an important goalie handcuff, but again, in form, like you said before, 3 goalies is really all you need there in this format with this amount of roster positions. Going to the end of round 9, I double up with Rupe Hintz and Nikolai Ehlers, filling out my forward group there. And then I wanted that share of Tomas Hertl. Vegas, Kopitar, another, consistency pick. Noah Dobson there as a 4th defenseman on a team that's going to be way better than the Islanders last year. Certainly like that. Then we get to round 13. Like I said, I took Kopitar, and then I get Besser, who I think will put the puck in the net. Get some goal scoring there. And then Devin Taves and Marco Rossi. Think, again, happy with my team up to this point. I'm moving along. Guys in the top 6, guys playing special teams, top pairings. And then I get the Barrett Hayton, Trevor Zegras auto picks there. Who I probably would have taken instead, Will Smith for sure would have been one of them. He goes a little bit later. Maybe I grab Noah Hannafin as a defenseman there. Maybe I take Morgan Riley. I don't know, but but I just was not a fan of those picks. Vemelka is my third goalie. If we expect Utah to be on the rise this year, which I think we do, whether they're a playoff team or not, but they should be better. And he got the lion's share of the starts last year with Connor Ingram as the backup. So, I don't think Vitek Vanacek is a threat to really eat into his workload. Nugent Hopkins is a later round pick, sure. And then Brent Clark and Logan Stankoven to round out my team. So I like my team. I don't love my team.
I think it's good. I think big ears from Barrett Hayden and Trevor Zegers this year. That's what I understood from that. They're going to watch this and they're going to take it personally.
I mean, maybe at the end of the draft, maybe I take those guys, but not so much where I got them in the what was it, the 15th and 16th rounds or 16th and 17th, whatever it was. There we go. Mock draft number 2 in the books. How do we feel so far?
Very, very good team. I got sniped by a couple of things, but that means that some of you are paying attention, which is good, which means if we run into each other in a draft lobby, that's unfortunate. I don't want to. I want you guys to learn and be better, just not around me. You know what I mean? I don't want my competition to be better. We all have that buddy that's in that league, and then you look at his team and you're like, can I get an invite to this league? You know what I mean? Because I want to be able to take advantage of it. So yeah, that's what it is. But a lot of you are building some good teams, though, which is good.
We are here to help. That is
practice now, even if you don't have a ESPN account.